Hey, what's up guys? This is Philip, and today we're going to be showing how to put a 2026 Nissan Z Sport up onto 4 jack stands so that we can do a little work on her. So it's a fairly straightforward, fairly easy job. These cars do have the same frame as the old 370Zs, so it's not like we're reinventing the wheel here. It's been shown how to be done. However, I haven't really seen any videos on the Z specifically, hey, how to put her up on jack stands in your garage. There's people that do them with quick jacks. There's people that, they just put them up on the 2 or the 4-post lift. But for the good old-fashioned DIY mechanic with jack stands, that's what I'm showing today. So our parts list is going to be short and sweet. The most important thing we're going to need is a low-profile jack. The go-to is the Daytona 3-ton low profile from Harbor Freight. It's very easy to use, very low to the ground. However, you're going to see I have the car, not only is it sitting on the ground, but it's sitting on a little piece of plywood, and that's because the height of the car, the front bumper, is exactly maybe 1/4 millimeter less than that jack height. So this little tiny bit of clearance is all I need to be able to slide the jack underneath nicely. And then we're going to use 3-ton jack stands. It's total overkill, but gets the job done. And with our jack stands, I have rubber pad protectors from Summit Racing. Otherwise, you don't need any special pucks, like say with BMWs or Teslas or Porsches. It's all really straightforward, so let's get into it and show how it's done. Welcome underneath the Nissan Z. So as you can see, the reason why I put the tires on this nice little piece of plywood, this is my clearance between the front lip on the bumper and the jack. If you don't put it up on something small, like that little piece of plywood, these will touch. Now this is flexible, but I don't want to scrape it on there every single time I go to do something. So looking underneath, once again, clearance is tight, but what we're looking for is a center pan. So we've got this cover right here. This is covering the engine cover. There's an aluminum pan behind it. That pan is the front cross member. And there's this nipple. There we go. I got my pointer sitting right on it. This nipple that comes down, that right here is the jack point. So we can safely lift the car from right here at this exact spot. It's the same exact spot as the Nissan 370Z because they do share the same frame, just the Z's frame is stiffened about 20%. So if you look on my low profile jack, I do have a block of wood on it. That's so that I don't mar the surface. And it also helps distribute the load just a little bit wider. So we're just going to get the jack underneath. It's going to be right under my puck. Once again, clearance is very tight, but it's totally doable. We're going to make sure, anytime you got a piece of plywood on this thing, you want to always double check and make sure that the black puck that's actually part of the jack, this right here, is going to be centered underneath this nipple that we're raising from. So we got it in place. This is what I'm looking for. I'm about to find out if this thing's got a motion sensor alarm. I know BMWs, you start jacking them up like this, they will go like absolute buck wild. That's because they've got an alarm sensor to let you know if someone's putting the car up in the air, probably to steal the catalytic converters. So far though, I don't hear squealing and squawking. So let's take another look underneath to make sure everything's looking the way it's supposed to. Okay, my block of wood's where I want it. It's on the nipple on the subframe. The car's coming up nicely. Let's keep on going. The main reason why we're putting this car up on jack stands is because we need to take the wheels off today. If you're doing an oil change, you don't need to be going through all this rigmarole. I know a lot of people that use race ramps. You don't even need to use race ramps. The Rhino ramps that you can get from like O'Reilly or AutoZone. I have a set of those, and yes, the car will go up. I'm all right. These jobs always take your time. Make sure everything's staying stable. This car's a manual transmission. Make sure that it's both in gear and the parking brake is set. It'd be really awkward if you start jacking the car up and got run over by your own car. Alright, so I want to show, we have a couple choices when it comes to where we're putting the jack. I've seen people put it here on this front subframe. I've actually done 350Zs here, but the normal jack standpoint is right here on this pinch seam. You can always tell where it goes because they put a notch in there. And yeah, it's a pinch seam, but it is double welded. Now there's people, they talk about doing, I don't know, all kinds of crazy things like, you know, taking blocks of wood and putting slices in it and stuff. That's where these pucks are really good. This is a piece of plastic, does have a little bit of give to it. But with this puck on here, I always put the jack in an angle as such. And when it comes down, it's gonna be resting on this pinch right here. If I do over here, I'd set it like as such right here. To be honest, for the front, this actually looks a little less scary putting it on this subframe right here. But either or is good. That's a good point because you can see the front cross member where the car is being supported by right now that comes back with all the suspension. It bolts in right at this point. You can't go setting it on here or other places, it's going to collapse. But this is a, I want to say this is one of the alternate jack points for the car right here. So we're going to put our other stand in the same spot. We're going to let the car down nice and slow. We're going to double check, make sure everything feels good and solid. And then we'll go to the back. I'm going to let it down nice and slow. Alright, so the jack is completely off at this point, being supported by the jack stands. Alright, so right now we got the front of the car up, we have it on the inner jack point. Like I said, you can do it here, you can do it out here. This right here, that's what we're going with for right now. For the back though, I probably will use these to be honest. Let's go to the back and get that input up in the air. Alright, let's meet at the back of the car. Hey guys, we're at the back of the car now. There's actually more room to work with than at the front. So I'm going to bring the camera around and what I want you to see. I've already got the jack in position. It's not like here where you have the cooling fins. Where you actually want to lift it is here. This big nipple that comes down that my pointer is pointing to, or my pointer is now stuck to. That is actually the rear jack point, center jack point of the car. So we can lift from here. Everything's going to go up nice and safely. And we can get that other set of jack stands in place. Coming out, what we're going to do is we're going to lift the car until it's parallel to the ground. So the rear end needs to come up just a little bit more. And once we have the car where it's parallel to the ground, the rear jack stand should set in nicely and it'll be good and secure. Alright, so for the rear, I am going to use the pinch seams. So once again, where the notches are, that is the pinch seam, the jack point. And I always put the jack at a bit of an angle. It tends to distribute the load a little bit more and it's not like pushing in hard on anything that I don't want. I want the weight on this, on the pinch seam, not on the sides. So let's get the other side in place. So at this point our car is solid. It's on all four jack stands. It is being supported here. All right. Yeah, it's going to touch because these things angle, but the main weight point is here on the pinch seam. So you take your time and make sure that everything's aligning the way you want it to. Putting these jacks at an angle helps to make sure it's on the pinch seam. The front looks solid, doesn't look like anything's moved. All right, I'm going to leave the jack in the rear, putting just a little bit of pressure on the differential. If anything, it acts as an extra stabilizer. It's certainly not going to hurt anything for what I'm doing today. The whole car is up in the air at this point. All four tires. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to walk around the car. We're going to give it a wiggle. Alright, so walk around the whole car. Give it its wiggles. It's quite solid. I feel comfortable getting underneath it. I don't need to get underneath it today. But that's how you get this car up on four jack stands. If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. I hope someone may have found this helpful for doing work in the future. I like doing it the way that I showed because I can have the car sitting in my garage, get it on these jack stands. I have plenty of room to close my garage door. I don't have to worry about alignment type issues. You know, hey, is the car on ramps on the right spot or X, Y, or Z? And I think it actually makes it go faster the way that I showed you. Hey, feel free to leave a comment, any 2 cents on how y'all do it. And otherwise, I appreciate y'all watching and take care till the next time. See ya.